All right, everybody. Started the internet broadcast, so I think it's a good time to get started with this meeting today. Welcome to Zen at Dharmabumtemple. This is my second time leading, so hopefully I'm a little bit better than the last time. I think for just everybody's awareness, there's also another meeting downstairs, Recovery Dharma. So I don't know, sometimes people might be intentionally trying to get to there and come here. We all seem to all be in the right place. And I know, is there anybody new tonight to Zen or Zazen? Okay, cool. Welcome. I'm probably going to say the term zazen a lot, or just sitting meditation or anything like that. And those are all kind of like interchangeable. All it means is sitting Zen or sitting meditation, zazen. And there's also another term for it called like shikantaza. So if I drop that, just go with it. And if you have any questions as well, there's going to be some time that I have for that kind of in the middle of our session today. And then as well, I'm going to do like a little bit of a reading from Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind, and then maybe some kind of techniques about sitting meditation, zazen. And then we'll do about 20 minutes of sitting meditation, and then have another break for another little reading that I have from Beyond Thinking. So lots of readings, and then have maybe a brief 10-15 minutes for some Q&A if y'all have any questions and everything. And then after that, we'll do kind of another sitting meditation right up until the end at about 7:55. So we'll get you out of here by 8 o'clock. We'll do a lot of sitting meditation, zazen. And yeah, I'm also just really excited to share the space with y'all tonight. I really like this practice a lot. It is unguided, so I'll ring the bell to start things off when we're meditating, and then I'll ring the bell to end. And aside from maybe breathing and our digestion, like you might not hear me say anything. And then we'll do the same thing for the second meditation as well. Okay, so I really like this book, Zen Mind, Beginner's Mind. I kind of found my way into Zen practice through the San Francisco Zen Center, and this guy, Shunryu Suzuki, he kind of wrote this book, and it's incredible. It's a lot of depth to it all, and it's very simple. So that's what I like about it a lot. And I found these quotes from both Beyond Thinking and this book that kind of referenced space and time. And so I thought it'd be fun to read both of them. And if y'all are confused, I'm confused as well, but it's thought-provoking, and that's kind of what I thought would be cool about it. So when you practice zazen, there is no idea of time or space. You may say, we started sitting at 5:45 in this room. Thus, you have some idea of time, 5:45, and some idea of space in this room. Actually, what you are doing, however, is just sitting and being aware of the universal activity. That is all. This moment, the swinging door is opening in one direction, and the next moment, this swinging door will be opening in the opposite direction. Moment after moment, each one of us repeats this activity. Here, there is no idea of time or space. Time and space are one. Wow. So I think to kind of prep y'all for the practice, the sitting practice, You guys look great on the mats, and I know you've attended this before, so if you were to sit on the mats, there's an ideal kind of position called full lotus, which is very difficult to get into, and everything that's not full lotus is considered half lotus. And I try and get into a Burmese style of seating position, and it creates kind of like this triangle on the stability with the knees on the ground and sitting on the cushion, zafu. But if you're, this is really great, and it kind of, for me, activates like this really easy ability to get into like a straight posture, a full kind of posture where, kind of imagining my my head being kind of pulled lightly by a string. So this for me is really good, and it kind of activates a meditation state. So if you're seated, that's great too. You want to be comfortable. And if you can, it'd be good to maybe place your feet flat on the ground. And I see Dana's got a cushion, so that's good if you want to grab a cushion and put it underneath your feet. So this is good for feeling grounded, feeling stable. And again, you want to kind of have your your spine kind of straight, not stretched or arched, but relaxed and straight. I think I didn't talk about breathing the last time, so I wanted to make a point to talk about breathing. And so it's unguided, and so you can kind of breathe however you want, and kind of follow your own breath as things progress. And I think if you kind of feel yourself drifting away in thought, try just focusing on your breath. Try focusing on, the breath as it kind of cool air comes into your nostrils or your mouth if you want to breathe through your mouth. And you kind of focus on the cool air kind of flowing out. And I think 3 in and out is really, really good. It's a really good kind of anchor to draw back to. And there's a speed to breathing that's really interesting that I didn't pick up until very recently. But if you want to kind of focus on the speed tonight, try and breathe in a way where you can't hear it, so as silently as possible. And that's somehow the speed that I think is really, really good for not creating any disturbance for other folks. And if you can't kind of hear it, or you're trying to just breathe really slowly, then it's probably really, really ideal, and that'll be good. And we can talk about it later and see if anybody has any kind of problems with it. But yeah, I'll just ring the bell now and get into it. So if you need to move around or anything, if you're feeling tight, just feel free to kind of loosen up and everything. My feet have actually fallen asleep, so I'm just like trying not to let this get too bad. Yeah, I hope that was really good for everybody. There was a lot of activity outside to kind of focus on things and be mindful about. It was interesting, I think. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to read a little bit from this book called Beyond Thinking, A Guide to Zen Meditation. This is like, what is it? Kind of paraphrases and transcripts from Zen Master Dogen. He he founded the Soto Zen school of Zen in Japan about 800 years ago. So there's a lot of ancient knowledge, I think, in here. And yeah, like I said, there's this kind of connection to time and space that I thought was kind of fun to find in both books here. So underlying almost all Dogen has to say about meditation practice is this sensibility in regard to the paradoxical nature of time and space. As he says quite directly in Ocean Mudra Samadhi, past moments and future moments do not arise in sequence. Past elements and future elements are not in alignment. This is the meaning of Ocean Mudra Samadhi. We experience ourselves conventionally in the world of our own perception and emotion as sequential, as within the realm of time and space. But the actual reality of time and space also must include non-time and non-space, which is always present with us. To do zazen is to open ourselves to this reality. Confusing. But yeah, I thought we could spend some time maybe kind of doing any sort of Q&A about the meditation itself and any sort of techniques for it. If y'all have any questions about meditation or Buddhism, I can try really hard to answer them. I'm not really kind of a lifelong practitioner yet, but I think I'm on the way. And also there's, within this temple, there's not a whole lot of one-on-one type stuff that we do. And so I thought it'd be kind of interesting, and that's actually a big part of Zen practice within the Soto Zen school. And so I thought it'd be interesting to maybe, if things kind of quiet down or we don't have too many questions, maybe we could share some techniques that we have about maybe daily practice, if you have it, or weekly practice, if that's a thing. But I think that'd be kind of cool. Cool way to maybe simulate that aspect of the Zen tradition. Yeah, with that, I'll be quiet.
Yeah. So while I was sitting, I found it was very hard to I didn't really feel like I fell asleep, but I was kind of right on the edge of falling asleep, and it was very hard to stay alert. So do you have any? Because I know that they talk about that being one of the things is being able to keep that awareness in your mind and in your body.
Yeah, I think. Are you tired?
Yes.
Yeah, it's okay. One, and I've actually almost. I think I've fallen asleep meditating downstairs before, and it's kind of frightening because if you're seated like this, or even seated in a chair, it's like you kind of fall over and you wake up. And I had actually attended a session here with somebody from the Hidden Valley Zen Center. And they'd mentioned this particular thing about, they basically kind of arch their body forward like this, and this is how they meditate. It's like fully forward with like a mudra motion, or I think it's the, do you know the name of this? Cosmic mudra, yeah. Sorry. So it's the cosmic mudra, and this way you can't fall asleep, because if you let go a little bit, you're just gonna fall forward, and your mind will wake itself up. But so there's techniques for it, and I think that's part of why, in particular, we don't do like lying down meditation, because, in my opinion, that's like a sleeping position, horizontal, and so being upright kind of sets yourself up for alertness, and that's basically what Zen is. It's just awareness, awareness of the things that are happening. But yeah, if you're tired, honor yourself, go to sleep. Yeah, Meredith.
A lot of people meditate with their eyes open, and if you find that you close your eyes and you're drifting off, or you feel like you're getting a little spaced out or whatever, just look at about 4 feet in front of you on the floor and just gently lower your eyes. They don't have to be wide open. Some people meditate against the wall, and they stare with their eyes open. They kind of do the same thing. They're right through the wall, but you can do right on the floor. And just relax your vision. Don't try to control whether your field of vision is wide or small. If you keep your eyes open, it's less likely that your brain is going to start to fall asleep. And then if you do feel still particularly tired or spaced out when the bell rings at the end of the meditation, then it's more likely that you were kind of napping than meditating. That's the way to tell. Your awareness should stay where you are. Try with your eyes open.
Yeah, that's a good point. I do like this hybrid thing where I kind of start with the eyes closed, and then I ease into maybe my eyes open just a little bit, because it brings you back into the room. And actually was schooled a little bit in the SF Zen Center. They have a hard practice of like only eyes half open, and they said that's because they don't want you to kind of drift off into like this imagination, which I personally like that part of meditating. So, but as you can tell, I'm breaking all the rules. Yeah, I guess, are there any other maybe questions or anything that came up during the meditation to share? Go ahead.
I had been thinking of something creative and fun, and I was like, I want to start doing that. I keep thinking about this fun thing. I thought I was going to do it, I just let myself think about it. And I noticed that soon enough it just came to an end. Like I just was like done thinking about that fun thing. And then I really kind of settled in. That was probably 5 minutes before you rang the bell. So of course I'm going, I'm not doing it right.
No, I think I actually have a quote I wrote down from thinking about the last session that I hosted here, and this guy Tim Wicks, he was on a podcast for Young Urban Zen from the SF Zen Center, and he said, "Impermanence is the great discovery of meditation." And so it's one of the first meditation experiences I had. It was just a friend kind of leading a group thing, and there was like a car that like was honking, and it drove by, and my friend leading us through this, she was like, yeah, the sound is here, acknowledge it. The sound's gone, and we don't have to think about it anymore. And I was blown away by that for some reason. Yeah, does that resonate, I guess, with what you're talking about? Cool. Yeah, like I said earlier about maybe sharing some of our personal practice stuff. Like I meditated earlier today, and I aim to do like a 20-minute kind of a personal meditation at some point throughout the day. 20 minutes seems to be like the ideal, or the this resonant time frequency for how long people who daily meditate, I think, end up doing it for. But Meredith, she was saying she does it for like an hour sometimes. Yeah, I was kind of wondering, like, do y'all meditate daily? And like, how long maybe? Carter, I think like you.
Honestly, I haven't had a daily practice for a while now. When I come to the Zen groups, me and Ben, we work in a lab that studies mindfulness meditation, so it's kind of ironic that we don't have personal practices on a daily basis. But I've had periods of personal practice or daily personal practice. I also think 20 minutes is a nice sweet spot, and as I'm sure you all can imagine, doing it at the bookends of the day is also nice. Most of the time, either waking up or before going to bed.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry to call on you. I'm just like, I guess does anybody have a daily practice maybe that they're doing? Dana, what's yours like?
I usually right away when I wake up in the morning. I do a sound practice and then I sit. So humming or toning, just doing that and then sit in silence. Probably around 20 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that. But I find sometimes my mind is like crazy here, there, making lists, reorganizing the past and the future and whatever. And I find one practice that is helpful to me is to, and I actually got this from a day of mindfulness with Thich Nhat Hanh, and just breathing in with here and exhaling with now. Here, now. And eventually, and pretty soon it drops away, but it helps bring me into present time. And I just let it go when it's just naturally. But it helps to bring my a little calm in my mind. But I found it interesting today. You said that there was so much going on outside.
Mm-hmm.
I clearly just checked out, and I didn't hear any of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's not what I'm going for. I think, like somebody said back there, they were going to sleep. I think that's what was going. It was just, I don't find that kind of, that checking out type of meditation very helpful for me, because it's just, I'm not centering in present time. I am gone. And for years when I meditated, I thought that's what meditation was, just gone. And so I'm very grateful now when I stay present and hear the sounds, but I don't become the sounds. I don't engage with them. It's just awareness. And as you said, Cory, that they just, I may hear them, I may feel irritated, and then I don't hear them. Not checking out, but just, they're kind of there.
Yeah.
But I'm not really engaged with them. So.
I think I just really like this meditating up here because you can hear so much. And I think there was like a helicopter in the background, and it's like every time I hear the helicopters, I'm like, oh man, we've been blessed. And because they're like I don't know, they're high and you can hear them, and I always wonder like what they're doing. They're saving lives, they're reporting things or doing military stuff. And I think one time we heard like a jet, like a fighter jet kind of zoom over. I think it was a Blue Angel or something. It was overwhelmingly loud. And yeah, I couldn't do anything except be aware of it. But yeah, it's interesting because I think the sounds, they provide opportunities to really practice kind of Buddhism in a way, where it's like, you know, in your heart you want to be like, if it's an ambulance, you know, I hope everyone's okay. And I think the reaction that I have sometimes, you know, when you hear sirens or a horn is like, you know, just please be quiet, you know. It's like, why are they disturbing me? And I think in Buddhist practice, it's like, that's not necessarily the best thought to have. But I think I'll get there eventually. But yeah, I guess, does anybody have any other maybe kind of daily or weekly or monthly meditation practices they want to share with the group?
I do this, but I ran and will just literally shut out, but I'm aware too. But then again, I have that ability just to turn everything off, especially if I'm on the airplane, it's all gone. Good or bad, I serve an aircraft carrier, so I was stationed in the Navy here. And the watches were constantly. And I always had that running theme in my head was the catapults, quite literally going out the ship. But I find that I'm pretty good at controlling if I choose to. But I need to find it, remain in the present, and not completely find myself lost out there. But I do it too. I'll show you, should certain things come up. But I can relate to you with ambulances and helicopters and jet fighters. It's sort of what I'm exposed to.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for everyone for sharing. So yeah, we'll do, I guess, like 8 more minutes meditating. I'll ring the bell 3 times, and then to start things off, I'll ring it again 3 times, and then we'll do some closing procedures, and yeah, be out of here by 8. Welcome back, everybody. It's definitely like one of my favorite parts about this meeting is this session is that it's kind of welcome to have like a lot of sitting. So I think the double sessions are always really nice. Did anybody have maybe a closing kind of comment about maybe a difference from the second session versus the first? No thoughts on helicopters or anything? Cool. Well, I guess with that, I'll close with our dedication of merit. So if you're comfortable, maybe bring your hands to heart center. And may any merit gained from this practice today be transferred and of benefit for the world. And if some of that kind of merit could be carved out for our temple friend, Mark, in his great kind of time of suffering right now, that would be really good. And yeah, I think that's kind of it for tonight. Thank you everybody for coming, and also finish up with a announcement from our temple host, Meredith.
Hi, everybody. I'm tonight's host, Meredith. We opened the Dharmabumtemple 18 years ago to introduce Buddhist practice to those who show up. Those who lead are not nuns, monks, gurus, masters, or teachers, and are not looking for students. They are simply practitioners sharing their interpretation of the practice. Every night, we have different classes led by different people from various Buddhist traditions. We have a recovery sangha that meets several times a week for anyone with addiction, and our food redistribution program is every Thursday at 4:30. We have classes and programs every day, and everything we offer here is always free. The full schedule is on our website and also posted in the entryway above the shoe rack. We have a lending library. If you see a book you like, feel free to borrow it and just bring it back whenever you're done with it. If you'd please straighten your seat or cushion before you head out, and if a few people could stay to close and latch the windows, that would be helpful. Thank you for being here. We wish you well, and we hope to see you all again soon.
Thanks.